let's move on to NFL. We're gonna preview the Week 3 slate, starting on Sunday. Let's just go through the games, man. We're gonna start off with Ravens and Colts. Last time I checked, I'm looking at the injury report right here. The Ravens have ruled out Odell Beckham, cornerback Marlon Humphrey, offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley, center Tyler Linderbaum, safety Marcus Williams, running back Justice Hill, and defensive end Odafe Awa, I think that's pronounced his name. They are all out on Sunday. And I do know that Anthony Richardson will not be playing on Sunday as well because of that concussion he sustained. It will be Gardner Minshew time in Indianapolis. Who you guys got in this game?
Before is the Kardashian curse back?
How is it back? Who's
why is
Odell?
I forgot about that.
Like, is it back? Because we know she ain't been dating athletes in a while, but they might be back. But no, I got the Ravens, the Colts. Anthony Richardson got the concussion. Like I said, I want to see him do well, but he's not playing. Gardner Minshew, he's one of those backups everybody loves, but at the end of the day, he reminds you why he's a backup by the time the second half starts rolling. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Agreed. I'm rolling with the Ravens as well. I really loved seeing Anthony Richardson ball out last week, though. Like, that's the best thing about this Indianapolis team. So it's a real shame that he's out this week. Get better soon, dude. But I got to go with the Ravens.
I'm going to go with the Colts in the upset. Everybody
You've been doing good on your upset picks.
I'm going to go with the Colts in the upset, man. Nothing else to say there. I just think that they can be had with so many people out and hurt. This is the game to do it. So I'm going to go with the Colts.
I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. I do know they have a lot of people out. It wouldn't shock me if the Colts won. Like you said, Dante, Gardner Minshew is one of them guys who can get you a game. If Anthony Richards is going to be out for any sustained amount of time, I think it'll be a problem. But Lamar Jackson is not a stranger to playing without great receivers. So as much as he's gonna miss Odell, he still has Zay Flowers. I think that that's gonna be enough to get it done. So I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens in this one. They're gonna go 3-0 on the season and continue to strengthen their lead in the AFC North. By the way, amazing Monday night. I love the Monday Night Football doubleheader. That was classic AFC North football right there. Ugly, knocking niggas out. Mike Tomlin coming up there. Talking about, win is a win, gentlemen. We're not gonna apologize for wins. I love Mike Tomlin. That's like 2004, 2005 AFC North football on Monday. So I do think that we might see a little bit of that from the Ravens. Dante, like, what are points, nigga?
Yeah,
you lost me with that one.
I need the forward pass, brother.
I have that's because I'm a Bears fan, but I have an affinity for a hard pause.
I want to say that's crazy.
That was crazy. That was insane.
Brother, I think that's Stockholm syndrome is what you have.
That was a pause. Yeah. Defensive football. We're gonna move along. The next game, Browns Titans in Cleveland. Freaky Sean had a bad game last week. He might just be bad now. They'll be going up against the Tennessee Titans. I'm still gonna stick with the Browns in this. I think they'll bounce back in this game.
I think this will be a mid-off. I got the Browns.
Mid-off Browns.
I'm going to go with the Titans just because.
Just because everybody took the Browns.
I will never, ever, ever get behind that man. I'm so sorry. Pause.
No,
that was crazy.
That's factual.
We're going to go to Dolphins Broncos. Dolphins, nice. Close win against the not really close. It was the game. The score was closer than really the game was, but a nice win for them in Foxborough last week over the New England Patriots. They are now 5-0 against Bill Belichick since Tom Brady left the building. This week they'll be taking on the Denver Broncos in their home opener out there in Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tua, man, I like Tua. I think he's doing much better. I still don't think he's and it's gonna sound like I'm a hater because I'm really not. I actually really like Tua. I don't think he's a guy yet, and this is nothing wrong with system. I'm not trying to use the system quarterback thing, but I really think his weapons and Mike McDaniel's offensive system helps him out. He be throwing a lot of BLTs out there, and then defenders just don't be grabbing them joints. I think he's gonna have a harder time against this Broncos defense. But the reason I think they win, and the reason I think they win by multiple touchdowns, is I'm still not sold on this Broncos offense. I'm still not sold on Russell Wilson, and I'm pretty sure that Sean Payton is, because he pretty much threw that nigga under the bus after that loss to the Commanders this week, and I think he's slowly getting fed up with Mr. Danger Witch himself. So I'm gonna go with the Dolphins in this one. I think we're gonna have a matchup with an 0-3 at the lakefront next week at Soldier Field between the Broncos and the Bears.
I agree, bro. I think this is gonna be the Vic Fangio revenge game. He's gonna terrorize Russell Wilson all night, and I got the Dolphins by a large portion. I think with Tua, I know you say he throws a lot of BLTs, but I think really he's just a really accurate passer. So like a lot of the passes look like they should be picks, but he puts the ball where his receivers can get it. And like he does a lot of that on the run, and he has done an amazing job with Mike McDaniels. You really got to shout them out because McDaniels, we saw how Flores tried to use Tua compared to what Mike McDaniels has done, and we've seen the results. Obviously, he has more weapons now, but just seeing their relationship and the way that it's grown, I got the Dolphins big over the Broncos. I think Russ done. Russ is cooked. He's going to be holding a clipboard soon, and so
that makes me really sad because I love Russell Wilson and I want him to be great so bad. But yeah, I got to go with the Dolphins handedly. Like I'm talking 2 touchdowns.
They about to stomp them out.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns minimum.
We're going to see Jared Stidham this game, y'all. Jared Stidham will be making an appearance in the second half of that game. Dolphins will win, but we're going to see Jared Stidham, and the quarterback controversy will ride into the Bears game. I'm happy about that.
And then Sean Payton is going to go into his little dark room and watch Shedeur Sanders highlights all night.
Yeah, you came out of retirement for that, buddy?
For that dude. And also, by the way, from the prior game we just went over, Zay Jones is out on Sunday with the knee. So I think I might change my pick to Colts. I think we're going to go to Colts because I don't know. This might be a lot.
Wait a minute, Zay Jones or Zay Flowers?
Oh, you right. I got these niggas messed up. You right. Never mind. Never mind. I got these niggas messed up.
My bad, dog.
Zay Jones is out, not Zay Flowers.
And so he out for the Jaguars. So all right,
he's out for the Jaguars. Yeah. So yeah, heavy dose of Calvin. I did not know. I didn't the mix up of the Zays. Calvin Ridley. Yeah, they said free him already.
I said feed him, but
you said feed him. I think said free him. Feed him.
I mean, listen, I got maybe 2 more games of watching Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley, and then I can make my decision.
Does Trevor Lawrence get away with murder? Because I don't feel like anybody's been talking about he's been mediocre these first 2 games.
I won't say murder.
He was not mediocre that first game.
That first game, he lit it up that first
game. He's mediocre.
He's inconsistent. He's inconsistent. I mean, that's just the thing. He's a young, inconsistent quarterback. He shows you the flashes. I say that compared, like I know we always turn into the Bears, but like we talked about how we wanted Justin to show us flashes. I think Trevor's showing you those flashes with an arm. Like he makes some crazy throws sometimes, but he does dumb shit as well. Like
Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's a part of the process. You know, he's a young quarterback.
I'll always have smoke for Josh Allen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we know you're gonna be on it every week. I feel you. I definitely respect it.
I am on his head.
The next one is on what I call the Bill Parcells Bowl. Jets Patriots at MetLife Stadium. Nothing says I'm gonna change the channel more than Zach Wilson versus Mac Jones. I don't really care who wins this game, but I'm gonna say I guess Jets. I guess I'll go Jets for this.
Yeah, I'll go Jets because I think the Jets defense. Mac Jones ain't gonna do nothing with that defense. Like he is who he is. I know people like to talk his win-loss record. When any other time we talk about a quarterback, we say win-loss is our team sport. A team accolade. But I gotta go with. I'm going Jets.
I'm also going with the Jets. I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair, but I think the Jets defense is going to be who makes the difference here. So I'm going with the Jets.
It's the Mac Jones game, y'all. I'm going with the Patriots. Patriots going to take
Jones
this one.
Mac Jones game sounds nasty.
Mac Jones game.
Mac Jones game.
It's going to be the best game of his career.
Next one will be at FedEx Field, which I will be there in about 2 weeks. Left hand up, the Commanders will be hosting the Buffalo Bills and Courtney's guy, Josh Allen. The Commanders are 2-0 right now. Nice last minute win last week over the Denver Broncos. Sam Howell's actually looking serviceable. Scary Terry looked good. Chase Young looked good last week. The Bills got a win over the Raiders, which I was not impressed over. I just feel like I think I'm gonna go with the Commanders in this one. I'm buying with the Commanders are selling early. Now I don't think this will be a good team. I still think they'll make the playoffs, but I think at home this will be enough to beat them. We all know that Josh Allen is gonna give it to the other team. It's just a matter of how many times. So I'm gonna go with the Commanders with this one. They're gonna go 3-0.
Yes, I hear my music. Let's go. Absolutely. I am going with the Commanders in the upset. I'm smelling Josh Allen, 2 picks, maybe 1 pick and a fumble loss. I'm feeling the negative energy, okay? And I'm also thinking big game from my man Brian Robinson. Once again, I'm going with the Commanders in the upset over the Bills.
That makes 3 of them because I'm going with the Commanders as well.
I
like everything Eric Bieniemy is doing with that offense. They scored 30 points in 2 straight games. I think they'll keep that going, and I think they'll take care of business. Buffalo. I mean, Josh Allen. We talk about the connection with the quarterbacks and their coaches. Losing Dabo, he hasn't looked the same since he left. So I'm rocking with the Commanders.
Man, I'm shocked that I'm going against the grain. With all of these games. But now I can't see the Commanders winning this, no matter where they're at. I do love what Eric Bieniemy is doing. I do love that, but I don't think they win this game.
Oh, you've been going against grain for the first 3 weeks of this podcast. This is not really new terrain here. This is like your role that you've been doing, and you've been right more times than not. Next one, which was previewed on that new episode of King's Landing, which is out right now on the Barbershop Network. You can check out Brian and Jared. They previewed this episode in full. The Detroit Lions, fresh off a close overtime loss to the Seattle Seahawks, will be back at home hosting the Atlanta Falcons, the 2-0 Atlanta Falcons. Dave Montgomery is out for this game with a knee injury. He got carted out last week. Amon-Ra St. Brown missed a lot of practice, but he will be playing on Sunday, and they'll be going against Falcons. Falcons, to me, man, they have a pretty good start. Nice win against Green Bay last week. Did what they had to do against Carolina in week 1. I like this defense, and me and Dante, we've talked about this a lot. I think they've got everything you need except for a quarterback. I think in a game like this, you're gonna have to score more points throwing the football. I think Bijan Robinson is great. He's been everything as advertised for them to take him as high as they did. I love the defense, but when you're going up against this Lions team that is well coached, and I think they don't like how they lost last week. I think they're going to come out and try to make a statement. I think they're going to take Bijan out the game. They're going to make Desmond Ridder throw that pill, and I don't think that's something that's going to work very well for them. Now, they do have C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He'll be out. He's out for the season, actually, with his injury. So that's going to be something.
Oh, he is.
Wait,
he's out for the year.
really?
He's out for the
Yeah,
year.
he done.
He's done for the year. Yeah.
Curse of the blue ski mask.
The curse of the blue ski mask. The 8 Mile curse, as I'm going to call it. He's done for the season, so that's going to be a blow to their defense. But I don't believe that Desmond Ridder can make the plays they need to make this game. But I do think it'll be a close game. But I would take the Detroit Lions and just they'll move to 2-1.
Certified Falcons hater. I got to go with the Lions as well. Like you said, I don't think they're going to take two L's in a row, especially like you said, the way they lost last week. I think the Lions come out and try to make a big statement. I got them winning by at least 10.
Atlanta. I got Atlanta. The streak continues. Heavy dose of Bijan Robinson. They actually have 2 of the top 10 running backs in the league right now, with Bijan and Tyler Algier. And Arthur Smith, he traded in Derrick Henry for 2 running backs, and so he's run that system really well. And Ridder, for everything he hasn't done, he ain't turned the ball over a lot. And so that's one of the reasons the Falcons have been able to stay in these games. And so I just can't find myself picking Detroit for a lot of things. And this game, I'm gonna go with the Falcons. Falcons by 10.
Oh man, okay, you got a sizable win.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a high scoring game, but they're gonna win by 10 points.
Okay. You got the Dirty Birds, babe.
Yeah.
I got the Dirty Birds, Jack.
Telling you, bro.
I think this is a game that shows everybody that this whole Detroit Lion fandom and all that shit was fake. All right? Started with them damn masks, and this week it'll be another loss. Atlanta is going to win. I'm not going to say by 10, but I'll say they'll win by 4.
All right, let's move on to another NFC North team, the team that we hate more than the devil himself. The Green Bay Packers will have their home opener going up against Courtney's New Orleans Saints, who I think the
Check
Saints
down
2-0
Jesus.
right? The Saints
Yeah.
2-0,
Yes,
right?
sir. Raise your
2-0.
hand if your team's undefeated.
I can't say that. I wish I could. I can't.
I know.
My-
I knew I was going to be the only one.
or as Dante calls Derek Carr, check down Jesus. We going up against up north check down Jesus, which is Jordan Love. But I will give some actual credit to Matt LaFleur. He might actually be a good play caller. I thought it was just Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
He
he
has found
is.
a
He
way
is.
to scheme these wide receivers open. He's making Jordan Love look as good as he possibly can. Now, as we saw in the end of the Atlanta game, he still can't make the throws that he needs to towards the end, even though I don't blame that last throw on him. That was more on the wide receiver who dropped it. Christian Watson still will be out. Aaron Jones should be playing on Sunday, but they'll be going against the Saints. We have a great defense. Defense has been really doing really well. I want to say Saints. I really want to say Saints. But at home, that loud fan base over there in Lambeau, I'm going to go with the Packers. I hope I'm wrong with these two picks. I would love for both of these two teams to lose, the Lions and the Packers, but I think the Packers will win a very close game by a field goal, and I think Jordan Love made just a little more plays than Derek Carr will. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers.
I unfortunately have to completely agree with that assessment. I'm still not completely sold on Derek Carr, and by not completely sold, I mean not sold at all. He makes me very, very nervous. And in Green Bay, yeah, I think we lose by 3.
I'm more sold on Derek Carr than I am on Jordan Love, especially since he's slipping in the damn lineman on there. So I think again, just like with the Lions, we're gonna look at this Green Bay game. I think we're gonna look at the NFC North this week and be like, "Damn, y'all terrible."
It's gonna be like that meme where dude walked to the dirty house like, "Damn girl, you live like this." That's what the NFC North gonna look like.
Yep. the NFC North is living in squalor, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Pack at home.
No football analysis. You just got the Pack out.
No, that's it.
I was waiting for the follow up.
No, I have nothing in depth to
That
say
is the
about
analysis.
that. Yeah, I guess Green Bay gonna win. No, I ain't got nothing.
Next game in Duval County in Jacksonville. The Jacksonville Jaguars trying to bounce back from a loss last week to Kansas City Chiefs. They will be hosting the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud practiced all week, so he will be playing. I got the correct Zay here. Zay Jones will not be playing on Sunday. So like Courtney said, it's going to be a heavy dose of Calvin Ridley. I do think Trev and those boys will find a way to bounce back. I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this one with pretty much, I think it's going to be ease for them too. I think Trevor Lawrence will have a really, really good game, and they'll win this one by a couple scores.
Yeah, I agree. I got Jaguars as well. I think Jaguars will be ahead, and they'll be ahead early. So, we'll see more of the good passing numbers from CJ Stroud because, most of these games they've been playing from behind, so he's had to throw the ball. We've seen him, make some good throws and really do a lot of the things that we haven't seen Justin Fields do in terms of just anticipating and throwing the rock. So I think his development will continue. But I think Trevor has a good game. I think we'll get a heavy dose of Calvin Ridley. But once again, we missed him for a year, but he's showing you that he's one of the best receivers in the league. So I got the Jaguars.
I got the Jags as well. Calvin Ridley, 30-point fantasy performance. Let's get it.
I got the Orlando Jaguars.
Orlando.
Yeah. Shit, the way they own it talking, they may not be that much longer. You're right.
Yeah, the Orlando Jaguars. Now we go to the battle of the 0-2 teams at US Bank Stadium. The Minnesota Vikings taking on Jay Herbo and the Carl's Jr. Chargers, I like to call them. We're not gonna call them Los Angeles. So let's be real. Nobody in LA cares about them niggas. I actually think more people might care about the Clippers, but I digress. Austin Eckler is out, which means we in the middle of the NFL. We getting towards the first month of the NFL season. Austin Eckler started to miss games. I think that the Chargers gonna go 0-3, and this heat is gonna be all on Brandon Staley. He's gonna be looking down the barrel of LinkedIn. I think that Kirk Cousins is gonna get it done. By the way, shout out my brother. He's got his Is He a Guy episode 1 right now, which is on the Barber's Chair YouTube. He breaks down which players in the NFL are a guy this week. and he's got Kirk Cousins as number one after his performances for the last couple of weeks. I think Kirk's gonna ball out. I think that their defense will make enough plays. I think this will be a shootout. But I do think that the Vikings will make just one or two more plays. I think Justin Jefferson's gonna go crazy, and I think Jordan Addison's gonna have a great ball game too. So I'm going with the Vikings.
I agree. Doesn't even matter what the over-under is. Whatever it is, take the over because this is going to be a high-scoring affair. But like you said, I think Kirk Cousins is going to do a little bit more to get it done, and I think they're finally going to get their first win. This is going to be a mid-off. Like, this is the refill the chip bowl. Yeah.
There's a lot of refill the chip bowl games this week.
Yeah, no, this game's going to stink, but I do got the Vikings as well. Kirk's been playing well. And I think Staley, I agree with you. They hired Kellen Moore for a reason. They're going to get him up out of there and just elevate him right to that spot and let him see what he can do with Justin Herbert.
Damn, why I keep going against the grain?
Oh my, okay.
I got the Chargers, man. I got the Chargers. Even though Austin Eckler is going to be out, which a note to y'all, never pick that man in fantasy football.
Ever.
Oh, no. Ever.
That's like an unwritten rule.
That was my first round pick.
That motherfucker is, not only is he useless, he was one of the running backs that was like, I can we ain't getting paid. Nigga, that's why. All right.
I was rooting for him in his contract year. I was rooting for him to come out and make a big statement. Not that statement being, don't pay me because I'm perpetually hurt.
Yeah. So, but I got the Chargers in a shootout, 37-34. Josh Herbert with a game-winning touchdown. I mean, not Josh, but Justin.
I knew it, man.
Dante, you gave your pick already. I'm tweaking.
Yeah,
Seahawks Panthers is another field of chip bowl up game. There will be no Bryce Young. He is dealing with an ankle injury. He's expected to probably miss the next 2 weeks. So that means
Red
it's
Rifle.
time for the Red Rifle. The Red Rifle time in Carolina. Having all said and all that, they're getting blown out of that rainy sky in Seattle. I think Geno and them boys win this game by very, very easily. I'm going with Seahawks in this one, even though DK Metcalf is questionable for Sunday. But that doesn't really matter. I'm going with the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Bears
Seahawks
win.
by 10.
Bears win.
Bears win. That's the only win they getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks by at least 10 points, if not 14.
The worst game on the schedule, arguably. Well, actually, that might be Bears Chiefs, but Cardinals Cowboys in Arizona. The bad news for the Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs.
That's trash.
And I feel so bad for Trayvon Diggs, man. I'm a fan of his. I think that defense is amazing. He had a great start to the year. But having said all of that, that's not gonna matter in this game. Because the Cardinals, not only are they bad, they are intentionally being bad. I think this will be a game that Michael Parsons is going to go out there and dominate. Defense is going to dominate. And Dakota is going to do enough to win. I think they're going to win this one in blowout fashion. I'm going with the Cowboys to go 3-0.
I agree. Cowboys. Definitely Cowboys. Like I said, the Cardinals are going to give you 3 quarters of competitive football every week, and then the 4th quarter they're gonna huff it up. But this week they just coming out against a better team, so I got the Cowboys. Unless Dak, has one of those Dak games where he decides to get a ball to the other team and make it interesting. But I doubt he even does that.
And then the Cardinals owner gonna come in like, shut it down.
Yeah,
shut it down.
They're gonna put that call in like, excuse me.
Do you remember what we're supposed to be doing here?
Did you see Caleb last night? Cut the shit.
Caleb.
Yeah, but I got Cowboys.
Yeah, I got Cowboys handedly as well.
Oh, they
man,
are.
You going against the grain here? You going Cowboys too?
Oh yeah, it's Cowboys. Matter of fact, Arizona probably ain't gonna even score.
Yeah,
nah,
I agree. With
it was funny. I was just reading the text that Jay and Dame are in Houston. So it's like
what Dame Dash?
Jay-Z?
Well, Dame Dash is at our Houston radio station. And then the
Beyonce concert out there. Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
Dame.
No, I thought you meant Dame Dash was at the Beyonce show.
I about to say that's more pressing than Dame Lillard. Fuck him.
My Rockefeller bleeding heart almost popped through the screen.
But they both in Houston.
That don't mean nothing.
I know. I'm just
That's
saying.
like saying I'm in the same city as Joe Biden. I'm not finna go.
But
see
they But they did say
Well,
Shorty from one of the Shorties from the original Destiny Child is there
she
too.
bought tickets.
So
They finna shout her out in the crowd.
But no. You ain't. You was not letting me finish what I was gonna say.
Oh, my
What
bad.
I was gonna say is based off the Memphis Bleak viral video from Drink Champs. It would be funny if Dame hit Jay like, "Hey yo, fam, what's up with those tickets?" Now that would be oh now I'm really the ticket guy, huh?
Yeah.
That would
That would
be
be funny.
hilarious as hell if he hit Jay like.
Shout out to all the people on Twitter who don't have friends and say, why he mess with him? Like, who? I would do that with all my friends. Like, what do you mean? Like, y'all need to get outside. Anyway, Sunday Night Football, Raiders Steelers at Allegiant Stadium. This will be another mid-off. I'm going with the Steelers in this one just because I'm not buying anything the Raiders are selling. Like, anything that they're selling. The best thing I can say about the Raiders is I really like Allegiant Stadium. I think this will be a nasty game, like a 21-17 game. But I am going with the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one, as we lost Courtney again. I don't know what happened, but
Yeah. I'm gonna go Raiders. At Allegiant, I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I'm gonna go Raiders.
Hey man, I told y'all George Pickens. I didn't think he was gonna have no 11 catch game, but he looked pretty good in that game, and he's gonna look pretty good again because the Raiders are gonna get their ass whooped.